bunch of sand and get too much sand onto the bridge, and then it would be too heavy for the bridge to support, so it would collapse.
Or you could flip off it.
What do you mean?
Like the sand would get the wind would blow sand on it, and it would get like slippery.
Oh.
Wheels.
Okay.
And stuff. Or get heavy.
It could destroy a car. The sand could like go in the fence and like
Okay.
make the car not work
So
anymore.
the sand could cause problems with the actual bridge. Let's look at this. We got one more picture. Okay, there's another picture. What are some things you noticed there?
Oh, there's some people down there.
Yep. Naval?
There's a lot of water. It's like a really wide river.
Okay. So what might be different about the bridge in this valley compared to the other valleys?
It would
Lincoln?
have to be long.
Oh, go ahead. Catch that again.
It would have to be long.
Okay.
Super long.
I'd say it would be slanted because one side there's kind of like a tiny little cliff, like really small, but there's a cliff, and it would be kind of down. I would actually put the bridge, if I were putting it in there, I'd put it in the smallest area.
Okay.
And then
Why would you put it in the smallest area?
that way we don't have to work with as many materials.
Okay.
Again.
Sometimes on biking trails, there's like wooden void bridges, and they're like flat, and you could do one of those because there's two like sandy parts on each side.
Okay.
Well, it would have to be pretty wide.
Okay. So what I want you to think about is like, so it's sandy. If we try to put the bridge on the sandy parts,
It wouldn't work.
why not?
It could slip. It could the tide can rise because it does look like tide rises often.
Okay. Keshi?
Well, it could slip and maybe turn and fall in the river and sink.
Okay.
In concrete or something.
Okay. So now, one of the things with building a bridge is that we're not building a bridge for just today. We're building a bridge for the future. So like, what kinds of things, so let's go back to this, kind of the need to know list. What kinds of things would we want to think about? So I'm going to add, say, need to know / think about. What kinds of things would we need to think about if our bridge is going to last for 100 years? Think first. What are some things we'd want to think about if our bridge is going to last for 100 years? Cash, go ahead.
Really strong materials and you could make sure metal doesn't get rusty or anything.
Okay. Why do we need to think about that? Like, what might happen in over the next 100 years that would require us to need to have really strong materials? Mabel?
We want it to be stable for if a road was ever built onto the bridge and cars needed to go on it.
Okay.
And
Lincoln?
We want it to stay, so the materials definitely have to be strong because over the next 100 years, land can change and stuff.
Well, no, hold on a second. What do you mean land can change?
Like water. So the Grand Canyon, the river in the Grand Canyon caused the Grand Canyon. So, and if there was a bridge up there, they definitely need to think about how that can happen.
Let's think about this for a second. So, I want all three of you to think about this next question. How could land changing affect the way we build our bridge? Think about that in your head. How could the land changing affect the way we build our bridge? Cash.
It could get way deeper in places, and the supports could fall and make the bridge fall.
What could get deeper?
Like land
Okay.
or river or something.
Okay. Well, how else could land changing affect the way we build our bridge? Mabel?
So if there was a river below it, the river could dry up and things could start growing like trees, and trees might run into the bridge's supports and cause the bridge to fall.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Lincoln, what do you think?
Adding on to the river thing, if the river, eventually if the river dries up in 100 years, people won't need the bridge anymore. We could try to build the bridge someplace where we know, like, if it's over a river, the river won't be drying up in 100 years.
Okay. So now, we're actually gonna do an investigation of land changing here in a little bit. But before we do that, I'm gonna go back to our board about engineers. Like when you think about what we've talked about so far, in our, just kind of, even just thinking about planning for a bridge, how's what we're doing kind of like what engineers do? Lincoln.
Planning for a bridge.
So why is planning such an important part?
The planning it helps make sure it's gonna work.
Okay. What's something else that we might be doing that engineers would have to do?
Build it.
Okay. So we're probably not going to build an actual bridge, but what might we build?
A replica.
What do you mean by a replica?
A replica is kind of like I said, it's like a fake.
A model.
It's like the model I talked about.
Okay. Why do you think engineers use models? That's for anybody. Mabel, why do engineers use models?
To make sure there's idea works, to make sure it looks like an actual bridge, to like make sure it's gonna be strong.
Okay. So now what we're gonna do is you're going to investigate land, and one of the things, like, what are some things that might change land?
Water.
Okay. What else?
Trees.
Okay.
Maybe earthquakes.
Okay. So there's
Volcanoes.
okay. So there's something else that you maybe haven't thought of, but I bet you have. Wind. So the first thing we're going to look at
Yeah, I thought of that.
is how wind affects the land in there. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to use these straws. And you're going to kind of blow, and you're going to kind of pay attention to, like, there's different sizes of rocks in there. And I want you to pay attention to how the wind affects the different sizes of rocks. So, when you're using the straws, what kinds of things should you not do? Cash.
Blowing other people's straws.
Okay, what else?
Use other people's straws.
Okay, what else?
That's what I said.
Don't blow on somebody else's thing. You'll get a turn with them.
Okay.
Days.
Well, they're all the same.
Well, it's not.
And here's one more I'm going to add. Don't blow too hard. Start out blowing gently, see what happens, and slowly blow harder. Because I don't want to see a mess.
Because we don't want to scatter it all over.
Right.
And
So,
we don't want daisy.
explore a little bit. All right, so I want to point something out. Like, notice that I didn't do the bridge pictures. I skipped over that part of the lesson because they were going to, like, I heard the idea from the student that, oh, well, the land could change over 100 years. And so why would I backtrack to show those bridge pictures when the student has given me the idea for the very next activity? And so I just went ahead and went into the next activity. I might come back to the bridge pictures, I might not. Those bridge pictures aren't like, they're not super integral to the outcome that I'm trying to teach, but if I can use a kid's idea and move forward, like, why not? What questions do you all have for me so far?
I don't have anything.
That's fine.
I don't have anything right now.
All right, cool. What are you noticing?
So there used to be a lot of sand right here, and there's not anymore right
Oh,
now.
what does the wind do to the big rocks? Not so
It
hard.
kind
Not so
of
hard.
moves them a little bit.
What do you notice, guys?
Well, I've noticed like the sand and the tiny rocks keep moving, but then the bigger rocks They like stay put almost.
Can't even move one.
Hmm.